Hello everyone, welcome to Nowhere Videos Meat and Potatoes, the program that shows you easy recipes for great food. I'm your host, Mark Johnson. Behind the camera, as always when I'm cooking, is Mr. Todd Hilton. Today we're going to be cooking a recipe that is actually not out of my recipe file or Todd's. It's actually from someone else's recipe file, and I want to thank Annette Teig for this recipe. She is the daughter of a co-worker of mine. And the recipe is for Tater Casserole, and it's going to be really good. I've heard a lot of good things about it from my co-workers. They've all tried it, and they swear by it. And hopefully when I get done cooking it, they won't swear at it. Anyway, we're going to get started cooking this thing. And what you're going to need is you're going to need at least 2 bags of shredded potatoes. We've got I've got these Simply potatoes that Safeway carries, and these you can actually find in the dairy section, not in the frozen food section. They are refrigerated, not frozen, so they'll taste a little bit fresher, and so I recommend those. So we're going to get started. We're going to mix some of these things together, and come on back and we'll show you how this is made. Great. Okay. And make sure. Grabbing my utensils as we speak here. So you want to open up your bags. I'm actually going to use 3 bags of these because they're fairly small bags. If they were bigger bags, I'd say go ahead and just use 2. But I'm going to go ahead and use 3 because the bag is, like I say, just a little bit smaller. These are 1 pound 4 ounce bags of potatoes. I'm going to try not to cut myself too bad. Yeah, well, it'll add a little color if I do. Anyway. I don't know. We'll go ahead and use the 3rd one. Long, tedious process here, just getting the bag of potatoes open. Okay, so we've got 3 bags of shredded potatoes. Then it calls for 3 cans, 3 of these small cans of cream of chicken soup. But what I've done is I've got 1 family size and 1 regular size. Actually a little bit less expensive that way. Okay, can opener that works here. A few technical difficulties there with the machinery. I like to use Campbell's cream of chicken as opposed to any other brand because it just, I don't know, to me Campbell's just tastes better. So that's just my preference, and it seems to be creamier than a lot of the other brands too. And creamy is good when you're dealing with cream of anything soup. So get our large can open here, put in there. Okay, get your cream of chicken soup. Then you're going to want, wipe your hands off of the soup. And I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese in next because I'm going to use my 1 cup for the sour cream, and I want the driest ingredients to be used first. So I have to keep rinsing things. Okay, so your next ingredient, you're going to want 2 cups of shredded cheddar. And as always, Mark takes the easy way out and goes with the pre-shredded stuff. I think it's just as inexpensive as buying it by the brick most of the time. And it's a lot easier and a lot quicker. The convenience is good when you're cooking because, as we promised you, these are easy recipes for great food. So we don't want to make it too difficult on you because we want this to be able for anybody to make it. So not just professionals like us. And as opposed to other shows that say do not try this at home, we encourage you to try it at home. Okay, now we're going to get in here to our sour cream, and we're going to need 4 cups of sour cream. The central theme to my dairy ingredients, you'll find most of them are lucerne. There's methods behind my madness. I don't know what they are yet, but there are methods behind them. Okay, so there's one. I think I'm really glad I bought 2 of these because I wasn't sure. I was trying to do the math in my head. How many cups would equal this and that? And well, with my head, you know, math just isn't good, so. Plus they were on sale, so. Anytime it's on sale, grab it. You can always put it in the fridge later and use it for something else. That's my philosophy. That and 75 cents will get you a cup of coffee. No idea why I said that, but hey, you gotta talk while you're doing this, otherwise you go nuts. Which a lot of people would say I already have. But anyway, comic relief there. Here's, what is that, 3 now? Thank you. Good thing somebody's counting. I'm just sitting here talking to myself in the camera. 2, I think. You didn't see that. Thinking this is going to be might just be enough in this one. If we do have to open the second one, it's not going to be for very much. Yeah, I think that's going to be close enough to 4 cups, so I'm not going to worry about opening that second one. So, into the sink that goes. Is that someone at the door? No. Just kidding. Alrighty. Next, we need to clean up our mess of the sour cream. That would be a good thing. We're going to melt a cube of real butter, because I only use the good stuff. It's a hot July day, so this thing's already about half melted, so we always seem to pick a good day to cook, you know. 85 degrees outside, about 95 inside. We're going to heat it up by another 350 degrees when we fire up that oven. So anyway, you want to follow me over to the microwave there. And we will. Okay. We'll come back over here. We're going to add some onions. And of course I use the Safeway chopped onions from the freezer section because, well, I'm lazy. I don't like chopping onions. If that makes me a bad person, then I'm a bad person. Alrighty. I'm going to put the whole bag in there because I like onions. Okay, so as soon as that butter is done, we will mix this all together. And then after that, we will prepare our topping that's going to go on top of that, which includes another stick of butter. So I'm going to have to run the microwave again. Oh boy, that should be fun. And a bag of Ruffles cheddar and sour cream potato chips crumpled up. So as soon as we get done mixing this and putting it in our pan, we'll get started on the topping. Let's check out that butter, see where we're at. Oh, look at that. Am I good or what? Okay, so we're going to set that aside because we're going to end up using that here in just a minute. So now, you got your big spoon. Start mixing this stuff together. Mix it well. Coat those potatoes very good with all your other ingredients. Looks like we're mixed up pretty good. And I mean the potatoes, not me. Although I'm a little mixed up myself, but hey. So, start spooning this into your 13x9 glass baking dish. Glass works best according to Annette. And just kind of pack it down in there a little bit. And this can be used either as a side dish or main course. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Pack it down in there in the corners really good. Make sure it's a lot of air pockets in there. Just take your spoon and kind of spread it as even as you can. Probably get a little bit more in there. Okay. Okay, that part is ready to go. It looks like we'll have enough. We can probably make a whole pan to leave here with Todd. So, this is a good thing. Because then Todd can eat too. That's always nice to let Todd eat. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside over here for now because we'll probably end up making some more later. But for now, get that out of our way. And set this over here because we're not quite done with it yet. And we're going to make our topping now, which again includes 1 stick of butter, melted butter that is, okay. So we'll go melt this. We're going to keep a little bit closer eye on it this time. Start with about 45 seconds. See how that does this time. While that's doing that, I'll come back over here. And this is the part that gets kind of noisy. Open your bag first. Make it easier to crumple these up. I don't recommend putting these on the ground and stomping on them. It gets kind of messy, yeah. Oh, there's our butter. So, let's see how we're doing here. Okay, I'm going to pour these in first. I'm going to use the whole bag because it says 1 large bag, so oops, almost the whole bag anyway. Okay. And we're going to go snag our butter and hope it's done. Hopefully I don't have to. Yep. Okay, so we're going to pour this over top of the chips. It's not completely melted, is it? It'll melt though. It's close enough. When we go to mix it with the fork, that we will okay, so then, before we go any further, we want to make sure that our oven is empty, which it's not. Set that over there. Okay, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Like I said, we're going to get it nice and warm in here. Bring this back over here so we don't lose chips down inside the stove burners. I'm sure Todd will appreciate that. And we're going to start dumping this mixture over the top. And I hope I do this recipe justice. I don't screw it up too bad. If I do, my apologies to Annette. But that's why we cook the stuff to experiment with. So, you know. Part of the fun. Just want to let you know, if you have a recipe that you would like, that you really like. It's your favorite recipe in the whole world, and you would like to see us cook it on the air, go ahead, send it to us. We'll have the address for the station up on the screen here at the end of the show, to where you can send the recipe. And if we use your recipe on the air, we will give you credit for sending in that recipe, and we'll give you a big thank you, and who knows what else. We're ready for it to go in the oven, but unfortunately the oven isn't ready. So we're going to take a quick little break here, and through the magic of television, when we come back, the oven will be preheated, and we'll get ready to put that in the oven. When it does go in the oven, you're going to want to bake it, as I said, at 350 degrees for about anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. So we will be back right after this. Okay, folks, as I said, through the magic of television, came back, and our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. So it's time for this baby to head on in there. Show it to you one more time before it goes in. It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Okay. So that goes in there. We'll come over here and we'll set the timer. We're going to go 45 minutes because that's the maximum.
You hit the time first.
Okay. And when we come back, we'll take it out of the oven and show you the finished product. So come on back and we'll show you that. Well, folks, through the magic of television, voila. Whoa, that's hot. And you'll see that our tater chips are darker, obviously. They're not burnt, but they are nice and crispy looking there. And that's your finished product. And boy, I can still hear it bubbling, and ooh, that's good. Always remember to turn off your oven. And we have our finished product, which is our tater casserole. And again, I want to say thank you to Annette Teig for providing us with this wonderful recipe. We're going to let it cool off for a few minutes, and we're going to take a taste and see how it is. So come back in a few minutes. It'll be cool enough for us to eat, and we'll take a taste. Alrighty. Well, it's cooled off a little bit, enough for us to dish some up here. Dish a little bit more up there. Yeah, we're going to try a taste of this. See what we think here. Alrighty, let's see if we did this thing justice or not. Still quite a bit hot. Okay. Very good. This one's a keeper. Very, very good. Again, I want to thank Annette Teig for providing us with the recipe, and her mom for calling her and getting the recipe. And you know what? I'm going to take this one to work with me because I got to be at work here pretty soon. I'm going to feed my co-workers with it, so whether they like it or not. Anyway, I was going to put a wrap on this edition of Nowhere Videos Meat and Potatoes. Hope you've enjoyed watching us bake this wonderful tater casserole. And we'll have the recipe up here in just a few minutes, and you can copy it down, give it a try at home yourself. For Nowhere Videos, Meat and Potatoes, I'm Mark Johnson, and along with Todd Hilton behind the camera. Good taters, good meat, good grief, let's eat. Night, everybody.